Hello everyone. In this video, you're going to find the maximum or minimum value of the function f of x equal 3x squared minus 24x minus 190. So first of all, to find the maximum or the minimum, we need to graph that function. So you can either use your calculator to do that, or you can find the vertex of that functions, and once you find the vertex, you identify the intercepts, you can graph the functions. The most important is to remember that quadratic function can be written also in the form ax minus h squared minus k plus k, where hk is the vertex. Now, if you don't remember how to convert a functions like this to a standard form, I mean, a function f of x, ax squared plus bx plus c in standard form, like a times x minus h squared plus k, you can check this website and this platform, YouTube channel, and watch another video previously recorded and posted. Let's say for these functions like right here, we can rewrite it in the standard form. Let's go first, because as I said, if you have a calculator, a graphing utility, you can use it to graph and you would identify the maximum or the minimum. But because these functions, the coefficient of x squared is positive, you know this function would be open upward. Okay, so but let's identify the vertex first. So these functions, I can rewrite it in the form, I'm going to put the x terms in parentheses, leave a space, minus 190. As I said, to remember how to convert a regular quadratic functions in standard form, you can watch another video previously recorded and posted on our platform. We're going to use completing the square to convert this quadratic function in standard form. First of all, remember, in order to do that, we need to make sure that we don't have any coefficient the coefficient of x squared should be simply 1. So what we will do, we will factor 3, then we will have x squared minus 8x, still leave an open space, 190. Okay, now that we have this, remember completing the square methods. I said take the coefficient of x, divided by 2 and raise it to power 2. So negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4 power 2. That gives us 16. So what we're going to do, we're going to add 16 inside of this parentheses. Now, we were supposed to also add subtract 16. Sorry about that. We were supposed to subtract 16 outside. But the problem, there is a 3 outside right here. Because of this 3, we need to multiply that 16 we're going to put outside by 3. 3 times 16 gives us 48. So in this case, we're going to subtract 38 outside. Now that we add and subtract the 16, let's go ahead and write f of x equal 3 power 2. Now, when we add these two numbers, negative 190 negative plus negative 48, it gives us negative 238. Now, inside, what is the square root of x squared is x. What is the square root of 16 is 4. Now, keep this term sign in the middle. B term is negative. So negative x minus 4 power 2 is equivalent to x squared minus 8x plus 16. As I said, to understand better about this one, don't forget to watch a different video, or you can just send us an email and we can send you multiple videos and or examples on papers on how to get these expressions. Okay, now that we have everything, I think we can identify our vertex. The vertex here is HK. Remember that vertex now it's 4 and negative 38. Remember, when you graph that functions, once we identify 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay, I'm gonna make it smaller. Okay, I'm gonna identify 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oops. Let's do it a little bit bigger. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now you need to go all the way down to negative 238. So just imagine, I would prefer to count by 20 or by 50, and I assume that negative 238 falls somewhere here because it's a very big number. So this is your vertex now. Now from here, because it's your vertex, it's where you have your turning point. Now, because the coefficient of x squared is positive, we know our parabola would be open up. Okay, so we know our graph would go this way and this way. So it would be open up. Now, the problem, we need to identify also the intercepts. So the first intercepts we can identify in this case, if we set x equal to 0, you know we can find y-intercept. So f of 0 would be 3 times 0 squared minus 24 times 0 minus 190. So the x-intercept, the y-intercept would be 0, negative 190. So somewhere here, let's say 190 probably falls somewhere here. Let's say negative 190. We know our graph would cut somewhere here. That's a supposition. Remember, I don't use any ruler to make sure I take the right measurement. Now, the next intercept is the x-intercept. To find the x-intercept, you set the functions equal to 0. So x-intercept, remember that, x-intercept, you set f of x equal to 0. So when I do 3x squared minus 24x minus 190 equal to 0, all I can do with this one is to make sure that I use quadratic formula, because that's the easiest one to use, minus b plus and minus square roots of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Remember here, a is 3, b is negative 24, and c is negative 190. So by substituting, by putting every numbers inside of here, we're going to have negative 24. Okay, so remember that gives you positive 24 plus and minus square roots of what? Square root of negative 24 minus 4 times 3 times 190. So divided by 2 times 3. Now, once you do everything, because I'm not going to do everything, but you're going to find 1x that would be equal, remember this is plus and minus, 1x would be equal to 0.90. So you have a negative 0.90 and 0. And the other x would be equal to 12.9, which is 12.90. So having these three intercepts, I would assume that here, here, and here, maybe we have that negative 9.9. And over here, we're gonna have 12.9. So this is where our graph would intersect. So we know this one would go probably from here and here. So remember, I use it. It's not a perfect, it's not very perfect, but what you need to understand, anytime the coefficient of x squared is positive, you have a valley, you don't have a hill. Once you have a valley, that means you have a minimum. So this one right here is a minimum, not, this is a minimum. The minimum is equal to negative 238. So we have a minimum. So is this a minimum or a maximum? It is a minimum value. Okay, so if you use a graphic calculator, this one I just type it on Google. When I enter my function 3x squared minus 24x minus 19, you see also I'm trying to put it, but it's somewhere close right here, with that would give us negative 2.38. So this is a minimum. So anytime you have a value, it's a minimum. In a different video, we're going to come to solve a different quadratic functions where we would obviously have a maximum. Stay tuned and I'll be back pretty soon. Take care.